So I was cleaning out my KISS room yesterday, and I came across this box. And do you ever get anything from KISS that was so plain that you don't even know what's in it? We're going to talk about it along with a whole bunch of other things today on Podcast Rock City Live.
Podcast Rock City.
What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City, and with me this week is Mr. Sonny Hollywood Pooty.
What's up? I'm freshly off the Monsters of Rock cruise. I'm back, baby.
It's awesome to see you. Down there, right there on your screen, that is Mr. PRC Brent. How are you doing, Brent?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely.
Hello, everybody.
Joey's in L.A., I think, right? Or played last night for the last night. So he's traveling probably. So hopefully he'll be back next week. Check this out. Speaking of Joey, there's a light bulb up here in my I have a Creatures of the Night ceiling fan. And
right.
and you can't see it, but I have a Creatures of the Night ceiling fan, and a light bulb went off. Guess what I used to be able to reach it? Joey's book. Look how thick that thing is. I was only this much from reaching it. I said, what do I have? I grabbed this book. Look at that. Look. You can almost hide me behind it. I put it down, and sure enough, I was able to reach. Okay, so you guys out there, thanks for joining us. Don't forget, this show's live. You can comment. Everybody already is. We appreciate it. So I brought this box out because it was sitting over there on the shelf, and I went down that rabbit hole, you go through. And you could be anywhere. It doesn't have to be KISS stuff. It could be, I moved this, and now I'm moving 500 other things. So that's what I went through, and I found this box. And I was like, what the hell is in this box that could be KISS that's in my room? Once I opened it, I remembered that this was 2 years ago, the thing I was the most excited to get for Christmas. The most excited. First of all, notice it comes from KISS. What do you notice about it?
I'm saying that's not from KISS because there's no branding on it.
Ha! There is no branding on this. It is absolutely from KISS.
Gene definitely missed his mark with that one.
Or you threw the branding away that was on it. It had a sleeve on it.
Yeah, it had a wrap around it or something that was,
an OBI. No,
yeah, like an O card or something, yeah.
Once I opened it, I remembered a buddy of mine saying, I was very disappointed in this because I thought it was going to be amazing. So I'm going to show you what's in here.
Oh, good Lord. I hope it's not like KISS cologne.
No.
Gene soap on a rope.
KISS Viewmaster. For Alive.
Oh.
Okay, if you look inside, you can look at the inside of the box. Nothing. There's a little spot for the discs, right? You put the discs in. Right? What the hell?
I think this was made by a guy down the street, and they charged you $800.
I wonder if Viewmaster has a standard box, and it can be red or black or whatever. But
yeah.
Okay, so I want to make sure everybody knows I did misspeak. This doesn't say Viewmaster on it. So when we see that, we think Viewmaster, but it's not Viewmaster. Okay,
it's
like
knockoff
disc something. Anyway, so disappointed. I was just like, what the hell is this? And here's the best part. The best part. I don't think there was a picture in it that I hadn't seen.
I don't want to know what. So that was your number one gift from Santa 2 years ago?
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's bought 4 more since then because he's sick.
They're over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, listen, 30 of you guys are watching right now. Thank you very much. Let me tell you about our Patreon. This has been going on for a couple of weeks now, and I've been doing a lot of stuff with it. It's a lot of fun. If you have the ability to get on Patreon, just get a membership. You could get into the podcast Rock City. It's like our back door.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but I have been posting articles that I've written about things that have happened with KISS. I've posted a video of my KISS room. I've posted. We've done after the show shows every time we get together on this show. Since we started Patreon, at the end we do another maybe 20 or 30 minutes, and we post it on Patreon right down there. That is the address, patreon.com/Podcast Rock City. Go check it out. It doesn't cost a whole lot of money. It's cheap. And you'll get all this extra stuff. Speaking of, next month, per Joey Casada, the top tier people, we will get together and we will do a show with them every month. And I decided I'm just going to put it out. We'll just see what. So it won't just be the 3 or 4 of us on. We're going to have maybe 7 extra people, and we'll all just be sitting around, and it'll be amazing to see what happens when we do that. Now that that's out of the way, a little bit of stuff happened in the news this week, and I guess we got to get to the news.
Podcast Rock City News.
So right before we got started, and by right before, I mean 2 hours ago, Brent sent me a message and said, hey, there's something we got to talk about. So let's start with what Brent, what did you see?
Well, this was a little something, but it was pretty cool because it involves something that we're all going to be attending, I think, and that's the Creatures Fest. So our buddy Neil, who's been on the show from Creatures Fest, and he sent an email out to everybody who's already bought tickets saying a couple things. One, they were pushing back the voting for the second Ace song. You know, they're letting us pick a few of the songs Ace is going to play. And the second song, the songs we get to choose from, to me, it wasn't as exciting as the first round because they're not
Ace songs.
They're just basic KISS songs that aren't even Ace KISS songs. And for some people, maybe that's wonderful. For me, that doesn't make me that excited. But the thing that did make me excited was he said, there's a major announcement about the festival coming up tomorrow night, Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I mean, I have some thoughts about what it could be. I don't know. What do you guys think it could be?
Sonny Pooney is going to dance with a thong, with a smiley face painted on his chest, and to the song Macarena.
No.
Even close.
Sonny may be running. I think the announcement could be that he's going to run the karaoke room.
Oh, good Lord. I'm thinking he's announcing Vinnie Vincent's band members.
That was my guess, or maybe he's added another guest. That's I don't know why. I don't know how much. It's kind of like, how much better could the thing get for me? But maybe there's people out there who still need a little convincing, and that's how he's going to convince them. But no, I'm with Sonny. I think he's going to lay out, here's who's playing what instrument with Vinny. I don't know, maybe we'll get a rehearsal clip, something to blow our minds, because the way it's phrased, it's kind of like this is going to be a big deal. So hoping it will.
The only person they could add that would freak out KISS fans is Peter.
Oh,
that's it. You're not getting Ace or Paul. So
Gene or Paul.
Ace is good. Yeah,
Gene or Paul.
No, not Gene or Paul. And there probably are other things that people would get really excited about, but certainly, man, if Peter was going to do something, that'd be fantastic.
What are you going to get? Black and Blue with Tommy? That's not going to excite anybody.
I think that'd be cool, but okay. Yeah, no.
Well, look at that. You just proved Mr. Pooney wrong, didn't you? Hey, I want to say, let's say hi to Olivia here. Olivia's watching from Sweden. Hi, Olivia.
Nice.
Hey,
Good Lord, Olivia, what time
I
is it
know.
in
I was
Sweden?
just gonna say she must be an insomniac.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. I had a buddy, a kid that I taught. He went to Sweden, and this was a handsome kid, man. He was like 18 years old, handsome kid. Like here in the States, he would kill, right? And he went to Sweden. He came back. I said, "Hey, how was Sweden?" He goes, "I was the ugliest person in Sweden."
Wow.
I said, "Seriously?" He goes, "The women are beautiful. The men are beautiful. I'm walking around. I didn't even worry about the acne on my face." I was like, I can't compete. So you know what that means? I'm going to Sweden.
A guy like me would kill in Sweden because I'm a limited quantity.
Heck yeah, and you're freshly tanned. Because you just
It's like
got
1
off
o'clock in Sweden, so obviously Olivia doesn't sleep. So I don't know.
well, that's okay. She can hang out with us.
Yeah.
Everybody else that's watching, thank you very much. I'm trying to I'm trying to get to all your comments here and make sure they show up on the show. All right, so I'll tell you what I think it is. I think it's the Vinnie Vincent band members. And if anybody, I'm hoping that it's going to be people that we all sit back and go, "Whoa, that's going to be killer."
Oh, I just thought of something. It could be
Uh-oh.
Ace is going to play the 78 album.
Well, and that maybe that's why they're delaying the
That's
extra
what I'm
songs.
thinking.
Smart, Sonny. I like it. I would love that.
Well, it's one of those things where we're going to have to wait until tomorrow night, about 26 hours from now. And then if it's one of those shocking announcements, maybe I'll jump on here and talk about it. If you of the 40 of you that are watching right now, how many of you are actually getting the opportunity to go? I would really like to know how many of you are going. I know that a few of you are, because we've been talking about it over the weeks. Joey's book also levels beds and tables.
Hammers in nails.
That's awesome. So we're gonna wait until tomorrow night. I think that's gonna be pretty awesome. Neil has not let us down yet, right?
No,
I don't think so.
He's not going to let us down. That guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And now Ace already played the 78 album in New Jersey at the Expo. I guess it's 3 years ago now.
Yeah. That's forever ago now. Yeah.
Yeah, but wait, was it 3 years ago? It was like the December right before everything shut down. So I guess it's 2 years.
2.5, whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
A few months.
But if he's doing that again, that's cool. I will tell you that when I was in New Jersey, like 1.5 songs into it, the sound went out on part of the PA. So it sounded right to me. So getting the opportunity to having the opportunity to hear it right would be great, especially since it wasn't like it sucked. It just didn't sound right. You guys get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Okay, so there's more news, and it actually is going to tie in with our topic of the week. Excuse me, as my dinner just snuck back out. Hey, how's that going?
Wow.
It was stuck in my teeth.
You didn't have to tell anybody that.
Come on, man. We're a family here. We're a family here, and everybody knows what's up. If there's one thing I'm not afraid to do, it's make fun of myself. I am 1 second short of standing up and doing the truffle shuffle for everybody. And
what is a truffle shuffle?
Oh, Sonny, come on.
Are you kidding me, Sonny?
What is a truffle shuffle?
Okay, your assignment for tonight
is to
watch The Goonies. Okay.
Oh my God, that stupid movie. I never seen it. It looked stupid
that movie's
when
a
I saw
blast. It'll bring out the kid in you. I've watched it twice in the last year.
Wow.
Anyway, all right, so we're going to talk about this. There was an article that came out, and the article basically said KISS has a timeline. KISS has a timeline for ending it all.
Wait,
Wow.
rephrase that,
Wow.
please.
I know. As soon as I said it, I was like, we can't go with that. KISS has a timeline for retiring. Okay. Now I know that you guys read the article. I'm gonna tell you what I got out of it, and then you tell me if I'm right. Okay. So at the beginning of the article, I kind of got the idea that they were going to be touring through 2023, but by the end of the article, I figured out probably not. And KISS will not be playing on the cruise after this cruise coming up, but they will be having a cruise apparently the next year, just not one with them performing on board. Okay, so let's start with Brent. You're here. You're rarely here, so I want to get your input, and it's always smarter than Sonny's. So let's go.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm with
kidding.
you. I was parsing that language very closely, because the terminology they used was final on-board appearance, which immediately made me think maybe they'll do something remote. Maybe they'll play before you get on the boat, like it be something like you come straight out of the venue onto the boat. I don't know. It just made me think like they're wording it that way for a reason. Okay. They're not just saying we're not doing the cruise anymore, or we are not going to be on the cruise anymore. They said they're not going to perform on board. Is that what made you kind of go, wait a minute, what's up here?
Yeah. Okay. So I said, well, maybe that means that they're going to park somewhere on an island, and there's going to be a stage, and KISS will play. It's not out of the question because they have done it before. It was a sail away show,
right,
not an indoor show
on the beach.
But on the beach, they had a stage, and so when they say not on board, but still. I mean, why would they say that? That all that's going to do is get people going, well, I guess I'm not going next year.
Well, I think it hypes up the final one, helps get people into that and on it because, I think I really do believe what we're going to learn, and Sonny's over there nodding his head, so I got to hear what he's got to say. But I think what we're going to learn is that they're just not going to be on the boat anymore. There's not going to be that full, 4-day or whatever commitment from them. They're going to do one thing for it, and that's it.
I'm going to go with, listen, I'm going to tell you guys, I see that there's more comments on guessing what the announcement's going to be. I'm going to tell you right now, Vinny walking is not going to be the announcement.
Oh, no.
That's not going to be the announcement. I'm going to let you know that.
You mean pulling Vinny backing out of performing?
Yeah.
I'm choosing my words carefully.
Yeah, he's going to.
Right. Yeah.
He's going to be there. All right. So, Sonny, what do you think?
It was cryptic. I don't know if it was as cryptic as we're going to only perform on Coco Cay, Cozumel for sharks and in a building. Like, I didn't think it was like that, right? What I read out of it was, you want to see us perform on a boat, you better get on this last boat, and we really need to sell it, so please go. And then the cruise is not over after that. Otherwise, you would just say this is the last KISS cruise. So they are trying to print a cruise afterwards that is not going to include anybody getting in makeup, at least not them,
right,
and performing, right?
On the boat itself, on the cruise itself.
That's right. That's right. So it could be a KISS cruise, but you're not getting a KISS show. And if you think about it, a KISS show on that cruise is only an hour and a half of your life because you only go to one show. You're on the cruise 5 days. It's an hour and a half.
Right.
Now, if they're not going to be on the cruise at all, that's a little weird. They just said they weren't going to perform. They didn't say they were never going to be on the ship.
Right. So I talked to my friend Jeff today, Mr. Trot, Mr. Jeff Trot. Jeff is, for you guys out there that don't know, he made our trading cards. If you don't have any, we have a few sets left, and they will be at the event with us, the Creatures Fest. Yep, and we're gonna have the last few packs of them. And you guys could just walk up and say, "Hey, I need a pack of cards." I don't have any gum. It just got stale. Forget it. He said John Bon Jovi isn't on the boat on his cruise. They said that he flies in, does his show, and gets lost.
There's rumors that Cooper just did that. So Cooper's 2 shows that he played was after we left Cozumel. So basically, if he flew into Cozumel to get on the ship, he was on the ship for less than 36 hours.
And that's the way to do it. I mean,
that's okay.
To make this 4 and 5 day commitment of their time, where they're judging belly flop contests and all that kind of thing, they're done with that, and that doesn't mean that other band members might not do stuff and play shows on the boat and whatever else. But I don't think that it's going to be that they're going to be on the boat, but they're not going to play. I think it's that they don't set foot on the boat at all. They're going to do something, remote or on an island or before you get on the boat or whatever. And that's going to be it.
So there's a ton of comments coming in. Let's talk about them a little bit. So since we've already done this, one more thing in the news before we go to the topic of the week, and that is that Big John Hart passed away this week. I had the opportunity to meet him and do an interview with him, and he was completely a sweetheart. When I saw this, it really did upset me because I just remember seeing these pictures of him, whether it was with Ace or with Paul, or even like the video. There's that famous video where the guys in KISS are coming out of a building and people are going, "Are you Gene Simmons? Are you Gene Simmons? Are you Gene Simmons?" And then John coming out and like putting his hand over the camera. And when I met him, he was super nice. Did you guys have a chance to meet him?
Sonny?
Yeah, I think I met him at least once. I think we met him at the Indie Expo. And then was he at the Atlanta Expo too?
He was not, because
Okay.
I never got a chance to meet him, and I certainly would have loved to. As a kid seeing all those pictures, it took me a little while to figure out like that was the same guy in all the photos, standing next to the car or, grabbing people's camera or covering faces. And once I caught on to that, he's such a larger than life character, physically and kind of otherwise. And so I, remember him very well from that, but I feel terrible for him because of the whole debacle with his book and that entire situation with Pledge Music basically stealing all of his money, and that he did not live to see his book published. It just breaks my heart. And just another shameful thing that company did to so many musicians and people in the industry.
Yeah, I have to tell you that I'm not sure how I ever missed that. I did see that just this past week, of course, when I went on this page to find out what had happened. That apparently, I don't know the situation. Obviously, we don't know the situation, and maybe you do. But yeah, apparently, according to the Facebook page, he was not being paid the money that was pledged for his book, which he had been working on for a while.
Years.
Yeah, I think the reason you missed it, and because I had missed it too, I had heard inklings, but I don't remember the full story, is because it had happened to a bunch of people, and all the big acts kind of got all the headlines. Because I think Queensryche was one of them, but then they tried to make it right because it was like 80 grand worth. There was a couple of big names in there, and I think that kind of stole the show there.
Right. Okay, so rest in peace, Big John Hart. If you listen to the last show, I did put our bumper with him in there at the beginning. He unfortunately passed away after we did the show, or we would have talked about him right then and there. But rest in peace, Big John Hart. Let's go ahead and get to the topic of the week. So I guess my question after all this stuff with the article and with the cruise is going to be, do you guys think that if we find out that KISS is not going to be performing at all during this thing, that the people from Australia and Germany and Brazil will fly in and spend their hard-earned money to come in and just be on the boat? Now, going on the boat and hanging out with your friends is a huge part of it, because just like Sonny said, it's an hour and a half of seeing KISS. But that is the bonus. Something else would have to take its place. They took away the picture. You used to get on every boat and you get a picture with KISS. That was amazing. So many of us as kids and even as adults never had the opportunity to get a picture with KISS in makeup, or for that matter, without, because they did both. And so they took that away, and that bummed out a lot of people when I started, talking to them about it. I was like, what do you think? Oh man, this sucks. I really enjoyed that. But if they're going to take away the live performance on the boat, okay, this is important because that's what it says. And I don't know if that means no performance. We won't know, at least for a little while. Somebody's going to explain it. But if they take that away, how do you tell somebody from Australia, get on a plane, take 24 hours to fly here, to not see KISS perform?
Yes. You're talking about, even on the cheap, that's 10 grand. You want to do it right, it's 20.
Yeah.
That's a big bill for 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's a hard sell without the live performance, though, without being able to say, I saw them play a concert, they could come up with all the other stuff they want to. Sonny, I'm sure you're up there, tallying up all the stuff they could do. You could have, a KISS museum. You could get to, I don't care. You could play shuffleboard with Tommy. You're still probably not going to fly from Japan to do that. But look, they've got these themed cruises that just have all kinds of bands playing that are a lot of fun and very cool. It doesn't matter whether it's country or 80s or, heavy metal, or, Sonny just got back from a biggie. And it's, people love it. And the KISS Cruise might kind of be part that and part some kind of themed KISS experience. Maybe Classic 78 will play.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome. I'd get on the boat for that. Love those guys.
I think if you're not going to have KISS perform, I was thinking about this. You could do 4 solid days, right? Star Child, Demon, Spaceman, Catman Day, all separated, right? On the Catman Day, maybe you do have Peter on the boat. If you don't have Peter on the boat, maybe it's Singer does something with Lita Ford because she's on the boat, or he does a tribute to Badlands or something like that. On Tommy's Day, you could have Black and Blue on the boat and he plays with Black and Blue. Gene plays with his band. You could have Ace's band on there. You could have Ace on the ship. You could have Paul doing Soul Station. Like, there's ways to do it without KISS having to get in costumes and do stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. Have the production to have to, they don't have to get together and rehearse. They don't have to, pull the production together. And when there's not a tour going on to just bring all that stuff over from and to already have all that prepped, then it's just a lot easier if it doesn't have to be exactly that. There can be all kinds of other stuff. I'm sure Gene will write some book he'll be trying to sell us, and there'll be something going on. But KISS isn't going to be on the boat for 5 days, judging the tribute bands and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. This is very bizarre to me. Sonny, you were on the cruise this past year. Have you thought about maybe going again?
No.
It would have been closer to home if you lived there, but you don't live there anymore.
Yeah, I'm out anyway, because going back to logistics, now the timing messes with me again, right? Because I'm not in stores anymore. So now You're talking about my peak week. I can't do it. So I'm out 100%.
Yeah, my friend Jeff today was like, "You gonna go on the cruise?" And I was like, "Nah, man, I'm not doing the cruise." He said, "All right, so I'll see you there."
Yeah, that's because that's what you do every time.
Yeah.
I'm really not going. Look at that shit. No, heavy mayo. Knowing Sonny's there sells tickets.
Shit. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they need our endorsement. Right.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move away from this for a second. The other thing was talking about calling it a career. That was the line that caught me at my eye. So by the article, do you think like I do, at the end of everything's coming this year, not 2023?
I don't see how they make that happen this year. The logistics aren't there, and the ramp up they need and the hype they want to make. If that's going to be the case, they better announce it tomorrow. But then it's going to have to be in November in New York. That's trouble traveling. It's probably going into the holiday season. It's just not smart. I think it ends early 2023. I didn't mean to jump ahead to that.
No, that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. And well, there were people commenting on here, and our amazing viewer from Sweden said they need to go ahead and end this. It's not exciting anymore. And I think, unfortunately, I think there's a lot of people that agree with that.
Yeah, COVID's just taken all the steam out of this. It's just rather than it even chugging along, it's not moving to an exciting conclusion. It's not even chugging along. It's stumbling along at this point. So,
No, it's true. I'm excited to see what happens when they're overseas. Let's see the numbers of people that show up to see them, because they did do some shows over there before COVID hit, I believe. I don't believe that they've hit Australia. That's the one they keep trying to go there.
but that's happening the last week of August, first week of September is now
right
when they're back to Australia, and then that's it before the cruise. Because they've got a few weeks in South America, like 1 week left in the U.S. doing just kind of weird middle of the country dates, and then Florida, I think, and then a lot of dates in Europe over the summer. Wrap up Australia, and then the cruise. But I don't see how we can be in mid-February and they're saying it's going to end this year and we don't know about it yet.
Yeah, no, I agree. Sonny?
Yeah, I'm with Brent. There's no way the end is this year. It's going to have to be middle next year. And why talk about it now? COVID's not over. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. All of a sudden, we got final dates and blah, blah. Come on, dude. This is, to me, is conjecture. It's the last cruise because we need to sell tickets because the cruise only had 1,600 people on it or whatever. And then this thing comes over the top of it. It's like, we're running out of time. Better go see it. I can guarantee you the minute Nicole saw that article, she rolled her eyes because the same shit they've been saying for 21 years.
Better buy it now. It's going to be gone tomorrow.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It's a little disappointing. When I was on the phone with my friend today, I was actually saying, I can't imagine KISS is coming back to Atlanta. They did 2 shows here, farewell shows. They did one over in Birmingham. I think they did another one somewhere else in Alabama. I know they're going to be in North Carolina. Not this month. I think May they'll be in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's like between May 10th and May 20th.
Yeah. But even that close, which is just a few hours drive, I don't think I'm going. I think now I'm to the point where I go, I saw this farewell tour. I saw it with you guys in Vegas.
Yes.
I saw it with family, with some of my best friends in Atlanta. I saw it again in Atlanta with some best friends in Alabama, in New York. I met Joey. I mean, think about how long this is going on now.
Yeah, we're going back.
that I went to New York and Joey came and found me so we could hang out. It was like the first. It was like that. That's how long ago he's on the show. It's like that long ago. So it is stale. It's stale. They really, and if they're going to places where it hasn't happened at all, where they haven't stepped on the stage for this farewell, then maybe it's fresh there. But here, I don't know. But I can tell you this: if you look on the North Carolina ticket sales thing, there's hardly any tickets left. So, because I looked.
Because you're going.
I'm not going. I'm not going. I did look. Look. I'm going to go ahead and say it. First of all, before I say this statement that's going to be awful, listen, every one of you guys that's watching right now, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button right now for me. That would be great. And or a like on Facebook. What that does is that brings our show, pushes it out a little farther so more people get to see it. That would be amazing. So just go ahead and hit the like button, and that would be great. So here's the thing. I'm a Psycho Kiss fan. My name is Joe, and I have a problem. And I get it, But the one thing, if I was sitting on my couch 3 days before KISS is going to play North Carolina, and I decided I'm going to go see KISS, it's mainly because the reality to me, although I thought it would be over right now, the reality is it really is almost over. If you look at them now, they're not 60 anymore. That sounds so crazy. Paul's 70 years old now. Gene is 72. It's like, I know that this thing that I've been doing for my whole life is almost over. It's kind of heartbreaking because, like, when I was on the cruise, and I'm not afraid to say this, you guys are all friends here. It's like the show ended. I looked down at in front of me. I saw Sonny down there. I saw my buddy Bruce. I could see the guys from Shout It Out Loudcast. I'm looking at all my friends that I've met on the boat, and I turned to Karen and I said, I think this might have been the last time I ever see KISS unless I get to see the final show. And I'm not lying when I say I cried. This is my whole life. It's just like Sonny. He's been a Dallas Cowboys fan his whole life. Okay, I'm not gonna pull a joke here. They haven't won a Super Bowl in years. If they won it next year, he'd cry. You'd cry, Sonny.
I would not cry if the Cowboys won the Super Bowl next year.
But look, Joe, let's be real. You're going to be at the last KISS show.
I don't know.
I'm going to be at the last KISS show. We're all going to cry. Yes. But it's going to be tears of joy, tears of remembrance. It's going to be a celebration, man. And it doesn't matter.
In all honesty, I would really love to believe that I'm going to be there, but
you're gonna be there.
But knowing KISS, what is a ticket to that going to cost?
What have you paid for the crap you've done up to now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. It's I guess that's true.
You're going to be there.
I say this with all the love in the world. I got to preface that. Okay. If KISS cannot figure out how to get us three to their final show, they're complete idiots.
Yeah, they don't deserve it.
Yeah.
And the only way I'm not at the final show is if they screw me out of it. And what I mean by that is, like, if they say it's the final show and I buy my ticket and then they add another show the next night or whatever, well, even then I'd just buy a ticket to the second night, but maybe they add another show 10 days from them and I can't hang out in New York for 2 weeks, Yeah. So, but
that would suck. It did happen to me with a WrestleMania where it was a once in a lifetime. It was John Cena versus The Rock. And then they did it again 365 days later. I didn't go the second time.
So, we'll be there, and I feel very comfortable with that. Now, whether they do something goofy or play another show a year later, uh, which is all fine too, man. I don't care. I want them to do what they want to do, but we'll be at the last show.
I hope so. I know it's really. I'm more concerned about it selling out, really fast because that kind of stuff happens.
Sure.
There are a lot of robots out there. For everybody out, you guys that are watching, there's a bunch of you online commenting right now. What do you think? If KISS plays their final show at whatever stadium in New York, because it won't be in Madison Square Garden, right?
No.
Their ego is too big to go.
Oh,
We're
There's
going
too much
Stadium.
money to be made.
Yeah, Giant Stadium is a place.
Forget ego. It's about money. I mean, MSG tells the story better, but this is going to be about making some great cash.
Yeah. And I don't know. We're going to wait and see. You guys out there, if they're playing in a stadium in New York City, no matter where you're from, do you think you can make it happen? Are you going to be there? Are you going to go? You can. Hey, Brent, you're up. You ready? Yeah, you can let us know in an email at podcastrockcity1.
That's the number one.
At gmail.com. I did that so Sonny and you guys didn't butt around each other. It's like
fight for it.
watching a porn movie with two guys and a girl, and they're like,
nice.
Yeah. You're welcome.
You just keep doing it, Joe.
Yeah.
You just keep doing it.
Listen, man, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I am the greatest host in all podcasting.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
We do have a good time.
Yes, absolutely. So some people are saying 3 nights at Giant Stadium.
That would
3
make sense.
nights
Makes total
That would make
sense. And it's kind of like an event. So whether you go to the Friday night or the Sunday night, what's the difference? You were there,
right?
So it's not a final show, but it's a final weekend or whatever. And they kind
Look
of
at my girl right there. You see my girl right there?
Yeah. Karen, you can tailgate in Atlanta, and just said you tailgated at Giant Stadium.
No, it says if we can't get in, we can tailgate. That's awesome. I'm all about it. Let's see. Glenn Bennett, where are you from? I would definitely cross the pond for their final show. Glenn, where are you from? That's awesome. Thank you guys all for listening and watching. We really appreciate it. Yes, since I'm from New York, I'll go. That's funny. You guys are the best. I really appreciate you guys. I've been doing this 8 years now, and you guys never let me down. So yeah, I will go no matter where that last show is. John is talking about in some your dog.
Yeah,
I know it ain't Brent's because Sonny don't like animals.
My daughter just got home, so the dog's excited.
Look at that comment, Sonny. KISS in Dubai better be released before then.
Nope, won't happen.
I don't think we're going to see that, guys. I apologize for that bad news. Now watch, tomorrow there's a big announcement that it's being released. I look like a fool, as usual. I would go only if it was Gene, Paul, Ace, and Peter. Let's talk about that.
I'd love it, but it ain't going to happen.
Who's the main holdout? Peter.
I don't think Gene and Paul have any great desire for it to happen, to be honest. They just want to do their show. They want everything to be their way, and that's not Ace and Peter's game. So
I think every day that goes by, Peter is less of the problem and Ace is more of the problem.
Really?
Yes.
It says, so Brad thinks that they can't sell 3 nights at Giant Stadium. It'll be one night at Citi Field. Interesting.
If it's the end of the end, if it really is, I guess that's the other thing. How are people really going to believe it? Are people really going to believe that if this is happening in April in 2023 or May in 2023, are people really going to believe that sometime in November they're not going to start a residency in Vegas? they're going to have to convince people of that like this is it, and it's over, and we might show up and play acoustic, or we might do this without costumes or makeup or whatever. This is going to be the last set of KISS shows that are ever going to happen like this. They got to make everyone believe it.
My buddy Joe Lascon, who by the way has 2 pinball machines. I don't have one. He has 2, and also a very beautiful wife. He has outkicked his coverage in a massive way. He says no Ace, no Peter, no problem.
I don't think so. If they got him, it's a slam dunk. If they've got him and Ace is going to come out and play a few songs with them and sing Shock Me and be there for the encore, and Peter's going to come out and sing Beth and be there for the encore, it's 3 nights, no problem.
How awesome would it be for Ace to come out and him and Tommy trade vocals on Shock Me?
Yeah. Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Dude, lately, what I'm thinking is probably the best shot you got is the encore. So they play their set, they leave the stage, and when Paul comes back out, he introduces Ace for Shock Me. He does not get to do the guitar solo, the elongated guitar solo. He gets the 4 minutes that Shock Me is.
Yeah.
Then they leave again. Peter comes out and does Beth. I'm not even sure they would be back for Rock and Roll All Night.
Yeah, all 6 of them come out and do Rock and Roll All Night. Yes.
Yeah. That's
gotta happen.
I mean, yeah. So what about that? Vinny? No Vinny? Yes, Vinny. No, Vinny. No, Vinny.
Vinny's done.
Vinny's done.
So.
Bruce,
you got your hands full with Ace and Peter. You definitely do not need Vinny messed up in that.
As much as we love Vinny and Bruce, they don't sell the tickets the way that Ace and the Peter announcement do.
we're booking this thing for them right now. Bruce's band opens the final show. Yes?
Sure.
I think it'd be great. Paul's got to get his ego out of the way, though.
Yeah, I just
they're going to play a bunch of stuff that we would love to hear that KISS just isn't going to do.
That's for sure. But you know what? KISS don't care about that.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I don't mean to be ugly, but they just don't. It's not really about that level of fan service. It's about a much, broader, simpler net that they want to cast.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I just, like we were talking about, I just got off the boat and Alice Cooper was the headliner, right? Alice is smart. He's like, all right, I got a captive audience. They are not all Alice Cooper freaks. Not everybody got on this boat because of me. I'm going to play the songs everybody knows. No Ballad of Dwight Fry. I'm leaving all the crap at home. It is a rock show. You get $1 billion baby. You get the lady in the wedding dress pregnant walking around with blood on her. And you get a couple other things and a couple of costume changes. Besides that, it was a rock show. And Alice absolutely killed it. And he's 74.
Damn.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you had a great time.
Oh, it was a great time. I was absolutely blown away by Alice. I thought it was awesome.
All right. So the comments are basically going like this: Ace would want too much money. Bruce, how could you do it without Bruce? I mean, we're not even close to that, but this is just ideas, what we're saying and everything. And I agree with you, everything here. I don't know. I understand that these people are in the business to make money, and I'm too nice of a person because I'm the type of person that I would be like, I'm just going to get on stage and play one song for my fans that want to see it. Especially if I live in New York, I don't think Ace lives there. I think they're all in Vegas, but my whole thing would be like, how would I, as Ace Frehley, if they didn't call me and say, hey, we want you to come, how would I go, this is okay. It's all right. I'm too nice of a person. Ace might be like, fuck him.
Oh, he should, maybe here's what'll happen. So Ace will have matinee shows at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Ace and Peter.
Yikes.
And I know you guys, we don't like talking about death here or whatever. But both especially Paul and Gene have kind of painted themselves in a corner. It's like, we don't need those guys. They're they are who they are, blah, 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 blah. And if they want to join, they can, but, the world won't come to an end, blah. But if one of them passed, that at least gives them an outlook. All right, something serious happened. We need to be a family, whatever it takes. We will have them. We'll have the remaining there. Blah. It'll have to happen like that. Otherwise, you can't save face to do it. That's the problem.
Does anybody remember Gene once saying that their last show ever show would be a free show to thank their fan? I don't remember that at all.
I don't think Gene ever said the word free ever
in his life.
I also distinctly remember "We will never be back. This is the farewell show. You will never see us in makeup again." I think that was somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 years ago, if I remember right.
Yeah. That's the whole Nicole rolling her eyes thing.
That's right.
Well, and it's hardly like Kiss is the sole band guilty of that. I mean, everybody
That's right.
from Motley to Ozzy,
yeah.
I mean, yes.
Yes,
so, I dealt with that in my work. I mean, Ministry did that twice. So,
hey, look, one thing that always pissed me off was in Atlanta, Nikki Sixx did an interview where he said, this is our farewell tour. We're not going to do it like Kiss. We are not coming back in 2 years. Here in Atlanta, they came back in 1 year. He was right. They didn't wait 2 years. Yeah. They wanted your money again 12 months later. Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys have seen the videos of Vince Neil singing lately, wow.
But see, even they needed an out, right? They released the dirt. It's like, there's a brand new set of fans. We've heard many, many things from the movie. We didn't know the movie was going to land that way. We need to go back out. Like, it gave them an out.
I guess so. Okay, so listen, thank you guys for being here with us. We are getting ready to go over to the Patreon side of things and record a show. Don't forget, if you get the opportunity, go over there and take a look. Join our Patreon. There's 3 platforms. One's $3, one's $7, one's $10. You get stuff with all of it through the month. It's a lot of fun. The people that are on it right now, I talk to them almost every day. I do polls and say, "What do you think?" And then they tell me, and it's pretty cool. And that's how they picked the topic of the week for next week, I believe.
Yeah, last show of the month.
Last show of the month. It's going to be awesome. So go check that out. And Sonny, do you have anything to add?
No, thanks for listening. And Kiss ain't done yet. Don't believe what you read in the papers. I agree with what Brent said earlier off camera. Classic rock. As soon as they heard, Kiss's last cruise show, wait a second, I think we have an interview that they said something about 2023. Let's throw that out there.
Yeah, that was back in 2021 that they had said that. So yeah.
Hey, and just for us though, I don't remember who said it, but if Gene really ever said that show would be free, if you could find that and send it to us at podcastrockcity1, that's the number 1 at gmail.com, I would love to see it so I can show everybody next week, or just post it on our Facebook. That would be amazing too, because that would be shocking to me. All you guys that are telling us you enjoyed the show, we'll be back next week. We do this every week, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Brent's time, and when he remembers. And I'm just kidding. It was one time. And thank you guys very much for joining us. Brent, do you have anything to add?
It was great to be here and chat through all of this stuff and see everyone's comments. And thank you to everyone for listening and watching. And be back soon.
Yeah, and you know what I'm going to say. We love podcasts, and we love KISS podcasts, most of them anyway. And you're going to hear the commercials for all the ones that we love right after this in 3, 2, 1. Peace.